Thank you all for always listening and watching. Very unintentionally, I think I may have misconveyed aspects of my recovery situation. I'm very pleased and proud to show when we make a development that's going to help me, maybe help others, likely. And I always want to show that. I always want to detail it. I want to articulate it as factually as I can. But I think maybe what has happened based on some of the messages I've been getting is people think that I've got something figured out that I really don't think I do. I'm trying to mitigate what I can. I'm trying to improve what I can. But the word improvement should probably be in quotes. I'm not improving. I'm 20 steps behind where I know I am. Some of the messages we've been getting are, how do you do it? How are you staying so positive? How are you, moving past all this? Many people have kind of followed along with my injury history. It sucks. I don't romanticize it. I definitely try not to mystify it. If anything, I undersell it because I fucking hate it. I'm not the banged up shoulder from high school football that wants to talk about it for 30 years type of dude. That's not me at all. If I felt perfect, I'd be the first person in the world to say, I felt terrible and now I feel better. I understand how it can seem that someone who's continually moving forward amidst a challenge may have figured something out. But what I've figured out exclusively is that if I let it sit, it gets me, and it's got me now. Most of the things I'm doing are momentary and minor when it comes to improvement. The severity of what's happening with my spine and my leg, my hip, I'm not really sure. It's toxic. It's terrible. Unlike anything I ever could have thought. My back is making a noise all the time. Sometimes it hurts, sometimes it doesn't. But anytime your body makes a noise it's not supposed to, it's alarming. My right hip hurts every time I change levels, to the point where it'll sometimes pull me to the ground. And it doesn't ever stop hurting right now. So, last night I walked around my house for 4 hours trying to relax and watch a movie, listen to music, work a little bit. Because sitting down hurts the same amount as laying down, which hurts the same amount as standing up. And if I'm standing up, I'm at least doing something. And that's not really a glass half full, it's just a factually glass half empty. Lately, some of the extent of limitation has been sneaking into my mind. It's been, although I'm fighting it off, climbing in there. Through hard work and hard choices, I'm someone that for most of my adult life has felt relatively indestructible. Even when I've been hurt, and I've been hurt a lot, I've been in pain for 10 straight years since the previous spine surgery. I've always been able to function. Pain was one thing, function was another. I could keep the function and mitigate the discomfort. Now that's different. I can't do that. The discomfort is there, and it's real, and it's significant, and it's relatively constant. The psychological framework that builds for me is not right. I'm not a fragile person. I'm not clumsy, and I'm both of those things right now. And on any given day, it doesn't drive me to want to improve. It makes me not want to be here, because that's just not what I want to be. It's not who I am, and it's not how I'm going to continue. It's highly unsustainable. I am a staunch proponent of reality, and none of this is whining. It's just purely fact-checking. I want to make sure that those that have written in understand how much their messages are appreciated, and we always give sincere, honest answers. But it seems like I've been coming across as maybe more positive than I truly am. I'm tinkering and moving forward in tiny degrees because that's what I do. That's how my mind works, and that's how I get through the days. But the reality is right now, this is deeper water than I ever could have anticipated, and it's really got me. My other encouragement is if you get anywhere near here with anything physical, real physical, not bullshit physical. I'm not a fucking pansy. I've been hurt a lot, and I can deal with a lot. And this has got me upside down. If you come up on real physical challenges that have put you in a position where your brain starts to do what it wants, not what you tell it, get it addressed. I'm there now, and I can tell you for a fact it's definitely not a positive place to be. So, just wanted to rattle on about that for a few minutes. I never want to paint anything other than an extremely clear picture of what we're up to, whether it's positive or negative. I believe there's a gigantic amount of value to that in a world that is really not living what it talks about in many respects right now. Thanks again for listening. I don't need a pep talk on any of this. I always appreciate the sentiments. I appreciate the ear. But most of all, if any of this applies to you, applies to people you care about, please help them keep it in perspective, because it's a lot harder than you'd think.